Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited for this. You don't even know. Let's talk about it. Nothing has created more hype about marketing than marketing itself. The promises are everywhere. We've all seen it. Revenue, passive income, predictability, growth, grow your business while you sleep. And from the outside, a lot of businesses, you look like you're doing it right. You're polished, you're busy, everything's buttoned up, nothing's getting past you. But inside the business, what I have found for a lot of business owners is that marketing often feels like it's running on duct tape and hope. People are trying to figure out who's doing what or if stuff's getting done, why it's getting done, what's getting done. And this is particularly true if you're on your own as a business owner, solopreneur, trying to do it all yourself, or or if you have a team and you have marketing that's grown organically. Who can handle this? Let's bring in a VA to help with that. Let's bring in a social media person to help with this. And marketing is running alongside the business. And somewhere along the way, with all this marketing hype and how it's getting done, the expectations for marketing continue to grow exponentially. You think you can do more for less, and you think you're going to get higher results by doing more for less. And those expectations tend to outpace what the marketing that you're putting in your business was never designed to do. So that gap is what we're here to talk about today. The gap between what marketing promises to do and what it looks like from the outside and what it's actually doing for your business and how it's working in your business. If you're here live on LinkedIn or YouTube, drop a comment, say hello, ask a question. I'm watching and would love to hear. I'm keeping an eye on comments and things and would love to hear from you. If you're watching the replay or listening to the podcast, welcome to episode 1 of Marketing for People Like Us. I'm Kendra Losi, and I cannot tell you how long this podcast has been in the making. This podcast is for business owners who understand what kinds of marketing decisions, what they're actually facing, and how you can stop guessing, stop piling other things on, and lead marketing with more confidence as your business grows. So for today and tomorrow, we're not talking about tactics here. We're not chasing things. We'll be discussing trends, looking at what's going to impact your business and what's happening and how to make decisions and lead your business to growth in spite of everything that's going on, and knowing what to use and what to ignore. And we'll start looking at why marketing becomes unstable and what to do next. All right. So today we're talking about why your marketing looks unstable. And I'm going to make sure my comments are here. I said I was watching, and I am. This is how you know it's live. Okay, got it. Okay, so here's what we're talking about today. Where most conversations about marketing go wrong is that when it's not working, we assume it's the output. We look at data and say, okay, well, I made these posts, these ads, these things, and they weren't running. And so what happens is we tend to add more channels, more content, more tools. And that's not actually what we need, because that might not be what the key thing that needs to be fixed is. For example, I have a client who, it's on the operations side, but I have a client who got pitched an AI solution to all of their business problems. And it was like $35,000 a year solution to all of their business problems. And it was a 2-year contract. So $70,000 to fix your business problems. But the thing was, that was just layering very expensive technology over problems that already existed. So if his processes, if those systems that are in the business aren't working now, today, adding more technology at a blanket level isn't going to solve the problem. It's going to create bigger, more expensive problems. And people do that a lot in marketing. Okay, well, if organic marketing and social media is not getting what you need, maybe you need to run ads. And maybe you do. But a lot of times what I see is people want to run to ads and run to new technologies and new channels and new things because what they're doing isn't working, rather than try and dig deeper to see what's not working. And that digging deeper part is what can actually solve the bigger problems and then give you a clear line to be able to see what else there is. So instead of trying to add another marketing channel like TikTok or, try, I don't know, direct mail, depending on your business, it's actually taking a step back and looking at the basics. And it a lot of times will create, and it'll help us solve that gap and that frustration and that tension that's created by the unrealistic expectations that marketers tend to promise, right? Overpromise those. And then also give your business the stability, a stable place to keep building and growing your marketing. And no one wants to talk about no one wants to talk about this. Let's be clear. This is not the sexy, fun, cool part of marketing. It's the what are your goals? It's the basics. What are your goals? What is your strategic approach? What's your positioning to the marketplace? Who's your audience? What problem are you solving? Answering those questions and getting really clear on those questions starts to give you the foundation that you already can start running with. Because what happens is, as you're layering on tools and business grows, there's a certain point where, one, your marketing can't keep up because it's just getting assigned more responsibility. It needs to create awareness, generate leads, support sales, build the brand, justify your spending. If you're looking, there's clients that I have that are every day, they're like, what's the ROI? What's the ROI today, Kendra? It doesn't always work that way. And marketing's supposed to reduce the risk. And even more important, a lot of times we're doing it with less budget. Oh, things are expensive. Things cost money. People, time, resources, all of those things cost money. And so when you're doing that and marketing is running parallel to your business, not integrated closely in your business, there is so much tension and so many different things here that can create frustration and worry and keep you up at night, and that anxiety that you can't trust your marketing with your business growth, or you can't trust your business growth to your marketing because it's not stable. And that's what we want to get away from. So what we want to do is start asking marketing to not try doing all those things at once, right? When you look at the load that a small business tends to put on marketing, it's build awareness, generate sales, it's show up consistently, it's build community. A lot of times it's also make sure that, sales has their presentations, like I said, and run ads. And it just becomes a lot. It's a heavy lift. And if you don't know which things are driving growth, it is really easy to just keep piling those on. And so when I say the foundations, it's not just your business goals, your positioning, your problem you're solving, your audience. Those are part of it, right? It's also understanding your data. What are you measuring, and are you measuring the right things? Because it is great to have X number of followers and this engagement and this kind of thing, but is it the right people? Is it the right audience? Is it the right place? Are you putting your energy and your resources as a small business into the thing that's going to help you the most, or are you trying to be everywhere and everything? And so one of the things that I think is really, really important is when you go back to that foundation, you want to build it in a way that's going to be stable. And you want to do that in a way that will be stable today and tomorrow. Excuse me. And to do so, it really requires a strong strategy. It requires an understanding and a clear through line of simplifying and keeping everything aligned with your business goals. It always goes back to your goals, your audience, your position, and what you offer. Always. And when you can create your marketing in a way that builds a direction, that everything in your strategy in a way that builds a direction, so everything connects, then you can build it piece by piece and look at it and analyze everything you're already doing. And this is great if you're just getting started as well, honestly, because you want to build your marketing piece by piece. You want to understand what it looks like and operate it as a system or as a department, the same way you would accounting, the same way you would HR, the same way you would in those other areas of your business, because marketing is just as vital of an important part. And I say that not just because I've been laid off from marketing departments many times, because it's usually the first to go. But when you think about all the different areas that marketing connects to, if you're doing it right and if you have it set up in the solid foundation of a way, it makes it easier to really keep your message, your business, everything moving in the direction you want it to move. So one of the things that I want to point out here is that I've worked with a lot of business owners over the years, and I've taught a lot of students who are business owners or looking to be a business owner. And one of the things that I see is that most business owners didn't sign up because they want to do marketing. No business owner out there is like, I can't wait to post on social media. I can't wait to build a marketing strategy and send out emails every week and do these things that I know I need to do, that everyone tells me I need to do. No one signs up. Like, that's not why you started your business. But it becomes an important part of your business as you grow. And so there's a couple different things that tends to happen is that somewhere along the way, as you're doing those things and as you're building, like I said, marketing tends to run parallel because a lot of it's outsourced. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it needs that clear direction and it needs consistent input of goals, of understanding the data, of looking at the different pieces. Because marketing can generate as many leads as you want, honestly, depending on the budget, depending on where you're at. But the problem is, are they good leads? Marketing outside of the business isn't going to know if we don't get that data. So there's certain things that are required to really build your marketing in a very stable way, without the hype, without everyone yelling about all the 10 extra blah, 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 blah. Like, what does your business need at its core when it comes to marketing to make sure that when you do add channels, when you do add people, when you do add new communication areas or new offers or new products, whatever it is, that it knows how to handle it and you have a system in place. One of the best things is really understanding what are the people, process, technologies, what are the things that you need in your business and in your marketing in order to make it just as successful and to really get that ROI. So when you start looking at how to direct marketing and give it that clear direction, that clear through line of your goals, your strategy, and everyone knows what's happening and when, it can make a big difference because you can take it and run with it. You can do amazing things with marketing, and you want to be able to do it proactively rather than reactively. So one of the things about today and getting started with this new podcast is, what is it that you could do today in your business to help give you a more secure feeling about your marketing, to make your marketing, when you look at it and you know that you need to spend time on it, that you need to direct it, lead it, help make those decisions, that you have resources that you can trust, that you know that it's aligned with your business goals, that the people working on your marketing know why they're working on your marketing. They know what their goals are. And that can make a big difference. And it helps tremendously as far as the results, the energy, the happiness, honestly, of everyone working on it, and just the relief that you can feel to know that you can rely on your marketing, that you can trust your marketing to do what you need it to do for your business. And I'm not saying that that doesn't get creative. I'm not saying that you're not testing things. I'm not saying that this happens from day one. But let's be clear about what this means for you right now, because when your marketing feels unstable, it's because something got cut off. Something stopped happening the way it needed to happen. It stopped being managed. It stopped being led. It stopped being pieces. It just wasn't working. So we're fixing that. When you can have that central management of it and leadership that creates direction, that shares that out. You don't need to be the marketing expert. That's what marketers are for, right? That's what your social media manager is for. But knowing who to hire and how to hire to build trust, knowing that what you need and being able to make those decisions clearly for what your business needs is critical. And that direction is what helps marketing become solid. And so as I'm wrapping up today's episode, this first podcast episode, here's what I want you to take away is when your marketing feels unstable, adding more pieces, tools, people, throwing more at it isn't the answer. Stepping back and creating that direction is, because you need that to be able to take that leap. And that's exactly what we're going to be creating together in this podcast and what we're building together. I'm Kendra Losi, and this is Marketing for People Like Us. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And if you're listening, you know where to find me. And in 2 weeks, we'll be looking at what some of the consequences of what happens when marketing becomes a side task and how to avoid them, more importantly. Until next time, I'm Kendra Losi. I'm glad you're here. Done, 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 done.